Hello beautiful people of the world, today I am coming at you with another video and this one is going to be a video journalist reacts to Donald Trump, clashes with a CNN reporter, and I believe that his name is Jim Acosta. Now he is a CNN reporter and this happened about a couple of days ago. I am a video journalist at a company in Australia. In some aspects, I do things that a journalist would do, I just don't write the articles. So just a little bit of a disclaimer, what I think is completely individually my opinion. This was all over, everywhere, and I was just about to say the company that I work for's name. Also a disclaimer, I have a Bachelor of Media and Communications degree, double majoring in journalism and film production. So I know a tiny little bit about this, and alright, let's do this.
In the midterms.
Here we go.
If you know, Mr. President, that this caravan was an invasion. As you know, Mr. President,
I consider it to be an invasion.
As you know, Mr. President, caravan was not an invasion. It's a group of migrants.
As far as I know, as a journalist, you don't say something is not something. You ask unbiased questions.
The border with the U.S.
Thank you for telling me that. I appreciate it.
Why did?
Unless you're providing context, I don't believe that you should be telling someone, you know, something like as if they don't know.
Do you think that you demonized immigrants in this election
to
try to?
Saying that, oh, first of all, it's a closed-ended question. Someone's either going to be saying yes or no, and do you really expect the President of the United States of America to say, yes, I demonized immigrants? The fact that you're interrupting him at the same time is a little bit unprofessional.
Because we have hundreds of companies moving in. We need the people.
They're hundreds of miles away, though. They're hundreds and hundreds of miles away. That's
I
not an invasion.
See, that's not like a question. That's more so of an interrogation. Someone as crazy as Donald Trump would not give someone like that a time of day unless he's trying to be controversial, which he is. So I think he's like secretly loving this.
Hey, that's not an invasion.
Honestly, I think you should let me run the country. You run CNN.
All right.
And if you did it well, your ratings would
be
much better.
If I may ask one other question, Mr. President.
Ooh, he just slammed CNN in front of the whole country.
That's enough.
I was going to ask one of the other folks.
That's enough.
Pardon me, ma'am.
Excuse me. That's enough.
Mr. President, I had one other
Peter,
question, if I may ask, on the Russia investigation. Are you concerned?
I'm sorry, like the fact that he's like, no, excuse me, which actually, like, I applaud him for kind of butting in and being like, actually no, like, answer me. It's just like, fuck you. There's an amount of professionalism that is expected in press conferences like this, and he's just like, no.
Are you concerned that you may have?
I'm not concerned about anything with the Russian investigation because it's a hoax.
This is the biggest pet peeve of mine. If someone talks to me and their finger is up like this, I get so pissed off. Shut up.
That's enough. Put down the mic.
Mr. President, are you worried about indictments coming down in this investigation?
Oh, and
Mr. President.
He finally gave in. He finally stopped with the questions.
I'll tell you what, CNN should be ashamed of itself having you working for them. You are a rude, terrible person. You shouldn't be working for CNN.
Can you imagine being a journalist and you're working for a really prestigious company, right? You have to know that companies don't just pick anyone. Reporters who get sent to big things like this, I mean, it's pretty obvious. You're representing the company. Can you imagine coming back, and this could go one in two ways. Either you come back and CNN is like, you're fucking fired. Oh, hell no! He's gonna come back and CNN's gonna be like, wow, what a fucking dickhead, and you should have probably badgered him way more than that. Fake news. I think that's what good journalism is. It's about no bias, getting the truth out to the public without having any personal agendas towards that thing. And I think that is what ethical journalism is, and I think that should continue, but we haven't even finished reacting.
Go ahead.
I think that's unfair.
You're a very rude person. The way you treat Sarah Huckabee is horrible. And the way you treat other people are horrible.
What is with these two guys? I'm sorry, like, is Donald Trump your boyfriend? Is Donald Trump the guy that you go home to every single night? Just sitting in bed waiting for Donald Trump to come home, being like, oh, it's 7 p.m. Where's Donald Trump? Is he out cheating? Let me call. Why aren't you back yet? Why aren't you back at the home? Are you cheating on me? This kind of interrogation is like Donald Trump, like, is their husband. Like, but don't you think this? But don't you think that? Like, that is so unprofessional. It's crazy to me. Like, I can't watch this.
Didn't treat people that way. Go ahead.
Go
ahead, Peter, go ahead.
In Jim's defense, I've traveled with him and watched him. He's a diligent reporter who busts his
Well, I'm
butt
not a
like the
big
rest
fan
of
of
us.
yours either, so
I understand.
to be honest.
So let me ask you a question if I can. You repeatedly
you
said...
You aren't the best.
Mr.
Donald Trump is like, keep it professional.
Just sit down, please. Well, when you report fake news, when you report fake news, which CNN does a lot, you are the enemy of the people.
That was a bold statement. Donald Trump is the one that's getting interviewed. He should have the right of speaking since he's the one that's getting interviewed. Like, I don't understand. Yeah, so guys, that was my reaction to the crazy CNN press conference with Donald Trump. I hope that you enjoyed it. Please make sure to subscribe and like this video to support a small channel. I love you guys so much, and I'll see you in the next video.